All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner talking Giants with your Week 10 Giants offensive line report. But this week, it is an Evan Neal film breakdown. This is Evan Neal's first start in a regular season game, at least in over a year. November 5th, 2023 was his last game before injuring his ankle. We saw one game in the preseason. It was very negative. And you come away from this game, I'm going to talk to you about some success he had as a run blocker. You're going to see that he gave up only one pressure, and you're like, ooh, is Evan Neal actually a piece now? We're going to talk about the pass protection. I'm not impressed at all, even though it is better than in years past, and I also think you have to factor in opponent, but it's not just opponent. You're going to see the pass protection. That being said, with the run plays, I am impressed. There's noticeable improvements. Now, there's some negatives that you might see on the screen right now, but there is some improvement. So let's get into it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Check us out. I think we're your one-stop spot for Giants coverage. One-stop shop. All right, first play. We're going to go through the good. The best stuff was the double teams. All right, so him and Chris Manhertz are going to double team on this duo run. I mean, we move earth, right? We are what makes this a successful run. Now, you want to be stepping with your right foot on this, but you shoulder to shoulder the way you want to be. Get off the ball fairly well, and now just use that size. Keep your feet wide. Keep your feet driving. Bam. You are the decider of how successful this run is, right? This 5 yard, almost 5 yard run is based off your double team. That's really good. Next play, going to double team with Greg Van Roten. Again, we're running off your back. Now, I will say, watch his foot, his first step. Okay, you either want to be gaining ground and picking that foot and picking up and putting it down right here, or taking that bucket step the way that Greg Van Roten is. Greg Van Roten's not gaining ground in a sense. He's losing ground, but he's turning his foot wide. What you don't want is to put this foot back down inside here, because that just makes your base skinny. And let's look at Elimore's base. Bam, run. JMS, we can't see it because of the QB. Theo Johnson, and then look at that. That's bad. That's bad. But with Evan Neal's size, he's able to still help with this. And Greg Van Roten does a good job of setting this up. Neal fires off. He's leaning, but he's strong, right? And if you hold him up, we get that double team. We get movement. We block it into the linebacker, right? Let's get into 47. We're comboing to this linebacker. The best way to do that is not by one person peeling off of it. It's by just blocking this defensive tackle into the linebacker. And that's exactly what we do, right? That's strength, that's size. And that's a successful run for the New York Giants. But again, the footwork thing there, that's not good. But I saw better footwork on the base blocks, which we'll get to. Here, the touchdown for Tyrone Tracy. Brian Dable shouted this one out. Again, I don't love the first step. I just don't. But we check inside here, right? So we don't leave Chris Manhertz on an island. We check here, put that hand out. That allows Manhertz to cross face on this. Get to the linebacker. Pick him up. And look at Tracy, right? Tracy's going to cut off of this. Manhertz does a great job on this play. Theo Johnson seals off his, and then you get to go celebrate in the end zone. Good stuff. Here, these base blocks. Again, this is where I think the footwork's actually improved, right? This is a good first step. Are we leaning a little bit? Sure. But you kind of have to have a little bit of lean in the run game. But this is not perfect footwork, right? Our feet are getting a little too skinny, but keep your feet moving. We land our hands. Keep your feet moving. Drive through. We're getting movement. We're giving our back a lane to cut off of. We're giving our back a crease to cut off of. I really like this run design. This, where it looks like it's going to be split zone with Isaiah Hodgins. Instead, he cuts up in the hole and you break off him. I mean, it's a good design. I'm going to talk about this on the film review a bit, but that's a good job by Evan Neal. Next play. Is this perfect? No, but this is a lot better than the base blocks we've come to know for Evan Neal. Good first step, good second step, right? And that's how you generate power. Comes from the feet, from your lower body. 1, 2, 3, punch. Hands are a little outside, but keep your feet driving. You see some of the balance issues show up, but if you do the first, 3, 4 steps well, you give your back something to work with. And if he's going to try and shed you, seal it off then, and allows your back to make a play. So again, that's better than what we've seen from Evan Neal in the past. Now you still see shit like this too. Excuse me, I didn't mean to put this pass play in here. Stuff like this, where it's just like it feels like a physical issue. Right, this is good footwork. 1, 2, 3. We land our punch. And it's just unbalanced and top heavy. And you get shed. Right? And then just clumsy stuff like this. Where he doesn't trip over anybody's foot or anything. We just fire off head heavy. We slip. And now we're on the ground. And we're putting Greg Van Roten on the ground and forcing our back to cut up. But he does a good job. So, again, happy with the improvements in the run game. I don't think we see this ass kicker out here. I don't think he's even a better blocker than Chris Hubbard in the run game. But, there is improvements there. There is improvements there. And I think there's actually improvements in pass protection. But first the chill is in the air. Leaves are falling to the ground. And football every weekend. NASCAR is over, but DraftKings, it's never over. It never ends. Literally. That's what fall is all about. You can make each weekend even more exciting by getting into the action with our partners at DraftKings. The number one place to bet on touchdowns. Literally the number one place. You rank them, it's number one. Right now, all new customers who bet just $5 will instantly get $200 in bonus bets when you use code WORLD. Stay on the action and use your $200 and bonus bets to bet anytime touchdowns on DraftKings. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use promo code WORLD and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code WORLD only at DraftKings Sportsbook. You will be glad you did. All right, but now the pass protection, right? That's what we all want to see. The Giants, the player they benched for Evan Neal was Chris Hubbard, who was a good run blocker, right? What we want to see is a good pass blocking. Chris Hubbard didn't do that. And I will say, this was one of, maybe Evan Neal's best games. The only game that I can think that was better was the 2022 Ravens one against a washed up JPP and a bad Odafe Owe. That being said, man, the worries, I don't even call them worries anymore. I think he's still just a bad pass protector, right? You're going to see a little bit of good, some new stuff that he learned from Jermaine Illuminor. But I think the bad is just there, and it just happened to be his first start was against literally the worst pass rush unit in the NFL in the Carolina Panthers. So let's get into it. But we're going to start with the good. First play. Watch the hands. Watch how we flash hands. Went, right? That is a Jermaine Illuminor trick, right? That's something that he does a lot. So we get into our pass set, right? 1, we get quick. 2, 3. And then we throw out that right hand to try and make Clowney declare on whatever move it is. He wants to work a little hezzy to get around the corner. His hands are low. Land that punch. Bam. There we are. Bam. Land the punch. Keep your feet moving. Right? He wants to try and work an arm bar off. Reload your hands. We're here. That's best snap of the night, right? Or the morning right there. That's an awesome pass protection rep, right? That's as good as we've ever seen from Evan Neal. Next play, we're going to flash the hands again. Right? Get Clowney to work this little hezzy thing. Flash those hands. He's, looking to work a cross chop on you. flash it, pull it back, land your punch. Now, is the punch high? Yeah. Is this great placement? No. But you've got control of the block here. You got control of the block. You can keep your feet moving. You got a good base underneath you. Successful pass blocking play. Here, but you're going to see, like, this is a good play. You take that play, but you still see some of the balance, top-heavy issues there. All right, let's watch the feet. 1, 2, 3. Now, we're still naturally opening up on that third step, which has always been an issue with knee, regardless of any physical issues. But we open up that third step. Our hands land really well, right? Good placement. But you got to keep your feet moving with you. And we're head heavy, man. We're head heavy. Is that a bad play? No. Is it a good one? Yeah. Is it a great one? Absolutely not. But again, like some little detailed stuff that was messed up last year. Remember him, blocking his own guy and messing up a block, right? You get the chip help from the tight end, take advantage of it. Right, if you guys watch these O-line reports against the Eagles game, Josh Zulu out there, and he gave up a sack because he didn't do this. Right? He sat back and wait. So you get the tight end help. Be aggressive with it. So you get the tight end help. He wants to work inside. Get aggressive. Bam. Land that punch, right? Physical. Bam. Land that punch. Cross and then snatch and trap as he kind of gets tripped up. That's good, right? Do you win awards for that rep? No, but it's a good rep, and it allows for a nice pass over the middle. Next play, absorbs power pretty well. Feet, 1, 2, 3. We're opening up our hips. We do the little, the hand flash. But, I mean, you just can't leave your chest exposed like this, though. But the guy's 350 pounds, 6'7". Able to absorb it, duck, walk back, even though his hands are high and outside, and just allowed Clowney to work some speed to power on you. But again, it's a play you can live in. And this is where it starts to get bad. You can't get beat inside, and you sure as hell can't get beat inside 4 times in a game. Right? And again, they did not put him on an island a lot. But this is what we want, right? We're setting right here. This is exactly the position you want to be in. This is it. This is what we want, right? Now push off of that right foot and power down. Instead, we overset because we're worried about the corner because we don't trust our speed, our athleticism. We take an extra step that's not needed. The Clowney's able to time it up and work outside in. And we're left by nothing but just to lunge at him and lean. This is the spot you want to be in. When you're seeing this move, you should not be taking an extra step. You need to be pushing off of that right foot, placing your left foot down and shutting down this move. Instead, it's, you get beat inside. Next play. Right? 1, 2, third step we open up. Third step, we open up our hip. We're facing the sideline. And guess what the pass rusher is going to do with that? He's not going to try and work around the corner on you. He's going to take the weight that you're shifting out here and use it against you. He's going to work inside. He's going to drive through your inside shoulder and swim through. Luckily, Greg Van Roten is there to help with that. Right here on a stunt. Now, luckily, this defensive tackle does an awful, or whoever this is, does an awful job of this and gets in Clowney's way and actually stops him. But 1, 2, 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. All right, we're in good position, right? Be patient. Instead, we open up our hips for no reason. And there's where he can go. Work inside. Again, luckily this shuts it down. Greg Van Roten's there to help. Not a good play. mean, I don't know what to tell you on this one. Besides just, we get our punch timed up. Our punch is coming from low and wide. And then we're left grasping at nothing. We're not able to mirror back down. And honestly, lucky this didn't get called for a holding call and push back the kick 10 yards. This ball gets thrown out quick because they're, end of the game. But you're lucky. You're lucky that didn't happen. And then here versus Clowney gets, beat around the corner. Right? 1, 2, 3. We're getting to the third step. That's not the issue. We're at the third step now. Now be patient. Be patient. Instead, we naturally open up our hips. We don't have the foot speed really to work around the corner. So he rips through. Now, I like the way you finish it. This isn't an awful rep, right? This isn't awful. Right, Clowney loses his balance. Like if he's gonna work the corner, work it. You got to keep balance. Not the worst thing in the world. Here again, right? A little hezzy, freezes you up, and he works the cross chop on you. This hezzy freezes him up, allows Clowney to get the angle that he wants. Works the cross chop, gets you a little off balance. And he's got a line at the quarterback. And Clowney's not great at bending that edge. But that's there. And then here, just the one-arm bull. We're open up. We do not want to be facing our sideline. We're facing the sideline. 1, 2, 3. We're opening up our hips. Our hands are down at our knees. Clowney's able to work that speed, the power. And again, luckily, Van Roten's there. So, listen, man, I understand that he didn't give up a ton of sacks, pressures, and hits, but I would love to have this been a surprise. And I just think it was delaying the inevitable of the games where he does get the sacks, pressures, and hits. You're going to have to be overly protective than him. And I just, you saw the run game stuff was good, but it wasn't as, what Chris Hubbard was doing, the last 2 weeks that you guys have seen on this video. So it's, I hate to bring you this news, but this is still a wasted first-round pick. This is a wasted first-round pick, and you can try and make guard, and that could help, right? But I just don't think you can plan on it. But I would try and make that transition now to see if you can salvage anything out of this draft pick. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll see you a couple weeks after the bye week. Check out all the podcasts and all that good stuff. We'll see you then. Good scuff or good stuff. Until then, let's go Big Blue.